this appeared to me as a question. What is Elon Musk and Donald Trump doing? What is the Lord brought back the story of the COVID-19 to me when this question came up in the spirit. Brought back the COVID-19 issue, where we saw that before the COVID-19, we saw certain people, when they came up and they began to say that the world is overpopulated, Africa is densely populated, and there is a need to reduce the dense population of a nation and the continent of Africa. And in the midst of the population, in the midst of reducing the general population, there was a target. And it was in the midst of that target that the issue of COVID-19 started. And Pfizer was one of the companies that was used to try to control the vaccines. And we had a situation where a question was asked to, I think, the CEO or so of that company. And the question was, why are you not being vaccinated? And he actually said he is not a frontliner. He said he's not a frontliner. He does not need to take the vaccines yet. That the vaccine is for the frontliner. Now, we were made to understand that without the vaccine, it's not going to be easy for you to have your daily life. You know, a lot of things were shut down. The issue of mask came up. The issue of distancing and social distancing, isolation, and all that came up. And we are meant to believe that there was no cure for it. Now, a targeted population in Africa were the people that we are considered the people who needed the vaccines most, and there was a shipment of those vaccines. Now the question is, where did the vaccines went to? Number two question is, how come it is not everybody that got the vaccination, yet people are still alive? The COVID-19 that killed people, numerous number of millions of people, that even prime ministers of civilized nations came online and said to themselves, we have tried all we can, we leave the rest to God. How did this suddenly disappear? The Lord said to me, it's like a screw is opening up again. Now the Lord said, the question I want to ask you, which he has given me the answer, that's why I said on some of these things I will have to come back and expatiate on them. How come all these things disappear? The issue of COVID-19 is no longer mentioned. We're no longer bothered about mask and thereabout. What happened to the virus? Is it that the human system suddenly built a defense against it? Is it that it was intentionally sent and then the effectiveness of it through mutation was reduced? What actually happened to the COVID-19 virus? Does it mean it does no longer kill? If it does no longer kill, then what was in it before that was killing? Now, if people could recover from it without the vaccine, the question is, how come people did not recover from it before, from the vaccine? What happened to that virus? Was it reduced? Was it intentional to reduce the effect? Was it a tried agenda? Was it a strategy? What actually was COVID-19 all about? So I will come back to give us an extra information about that. Then I'll begin to point you towards a direction. Because all this that is happening is towards a direction.